Curtis A reached out to me, said make a theme song for my show. Said alright, just give me all the details, man. And my homie says he don't know. Well, if you're gonna pay me big bucks, cause I might should have something to say. He said, you know what I bring, I'm the customizing king, nothing else matters anyway. So is he gonna have guests? I don't know. Is he gonna go live? I don't know. What time will it be? What will you see? I'm pretty much in the dark, but I can guarantee he'll be customizing action figures, getting paint all on his fingers. It's art by Akerman. It's art by Akerman. Tips and tricks and conversation, sharing his gift with every nation. It's art by Akerman. Art by Akerman. You best get ready, cause now it's time for Art by Akerman.
Welcome back, folks. Got a quick one for you today. Just got a little mail call. Got a couple packages in. But you know, it's always fun having somebody on here with me. So I brought in my good friend Len LaGuardia. Len, how you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I see you got a little Secret Wars back there going on.
Yeah, I got my Iron Man. I got a whole bunch of like vintage doodad stuff that I took out of a tote I was holding because I want to get it up on a shelf that I put a new shelf up above the desk.
Yeah.
And this stuff is all going to go on it, like my original Lion-O from my kid. A lot of it's from when I was little. Ming the Merciless. Awesome. Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
I don't have any of this stuff from when I was a kid. I wish I did. That's cool.
Chuck Norris Karate Commandos.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Luckily, my mom saved a bunch of it. Not all of it. None of the play sets, but like a lot of the little fun toys and things like that. And I didn't realize how much of it she had until only like a couple of years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool to find some of that stuff. So I got a couple packages I'm going to open. I actually got one sent from you. The other one I ordered myself. So the first one is from Green Stuff World. So I don't order for them a lot, but I wanted to actually try some of the actual green stuff. I use the liquid green stuff a lot. But for sculpting, I usually use epoxy sculpt. I did a video just recently about it, but I know Emil uses a lot of green stuff. And so I wanted to actually try it and see if I like it any better. Speaking of Emil, you guys have something cool going on right now with this whole 12 for 25. I think as we're filming this, I think you got a new piece dropping tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow, 1/31/2025, Friday. For those living in the future. Yep.
Yeah. So by the time this drops, it should be up and running. I mean, now you're doing some bundles, right, with the figure and the head, so that it's limited supply on that, correct? Yeah,
the head and the figure bundles are limited, but the actual head is not. So like we'll have that in the library, forever, so to say. Or it could run out tomorrow, but that's only like because the inventory I have on hand runs out. It's not like I won't make it again. Gotcha. So it'll be restocked on the chance that it runs out. But the package deal, which you're basically getting the parts for free with, is limited. It's a limited amount.
Gotcha. So if you're watching this and you haven't already jumped on Wolf King and placed your order, go and do that, because this is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun year of one a month on this. It's going to be kind of cool. So all right, so let's see what I got. I just got the box open and I can't even remember what I ordered. So okay, so this is stuff that Emil was recommending called Sculptor Vaseline, which I guess you put on your tools as you're kind of manipulating the green stuff or whatever sculpting that you're using, and it keeps it from getting stuck on your tools. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so I picked up that to try it, and then a set of sculpting tools which kind of moved around in the box, but I've got a set that I'd been using for a while and are just kind of I don't know, old and grungy, so I figured I'd get a new set. It wasn't that expensive, so just some different curved options and different things to make little textures and stuff.
You got to treat yourself, Curtis.
Exactly.
Treat yourself.
Well, I've, by the time this airs, January will be over. But so far, I've gone through January without any toy purchases.
Dry January
as far as toys, but that means more money for supplies. So,
I see how it is.
And then here's the actual green stuff, which I've not used before, but apparently it comes in like almost like that bubble tape that we had when we were kids.
It's a 2-part epoxy paste.
Yeah.
So the one reactive side is the blue side. The other side is the yellow. When you start kneading it together, like kneading like blue tack to get it soft, when it turns green, the two elements are combined, and then you probably have a limited time window in order to be able to use it before it starts hardening.
Yeah, I think there's some instructions inside. It looks like there's a little booklet. So so what I normally use is epoxy sculpt, which comes in 2 containers. Same thing, you kind of mix it together, but this is already, I guess you just cut off however much you need, and then, like you said, knead it together. And so it should actually make it easier, because I always have to try to make sure that I get the right amounts from each container. Which is a little difficult. So excited to try that. So those will probably hit some later videos in terms of just my thoughts on those.
I've used it's a product called Otis Plumber Putty, and you can get it at like the big box stores, Depot, Lowe's, and it's basically the same concept where it's a 2-part thing, but it's a round cylinder of putty, and the inside is black and the outside is gray. So when you cut off what you want, you start kneading it, and then it turns gray, and then it kicks fast. So that's what when a product like that, like they call it kicks, means it hardens. So like Crazy Glue, when it like
so
when
it doesn't
Crazy
have
Glue
much
kicks,
working time.
Yeah, and the kick on that is fast, and it gets hot too because it's chemical reaction. So it's pretty neat. But I use that in the past for like doing some hand sculpting or filling holes in, like, say if a 3D print might have a little hole in it. But I've used the liquid green stuff. I've never used that tape. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And they make, I think Milliput is one that I see at the hobby stores a lot too. Same kind of thing. It's just 2 parts and you mix it together. So this other box is some paints, and they're Pro Acryl paints from Monument Hobby. And you actually sent me these, so I appreciate it.
A little gift.
Yeah.
Treat your Curtis.
Which, I always like trying out new things. I've got one paint from Pro Acryl, which is it's called Shadow Flesh. It's one that Stephen Bishotti recommended a long time ago. He said it makes a really good base for skin tones, and so I've been using that for a while, and I really like that one. But that's the only one that I've tried. So let's take a look and see what we got here. So we got, looks like seven paints, and then some empty bottles and nozzles and stuff. So
I heard you liked empty bottles.
I do. Nozzles. I do. They're good for like when I'm, my So Flat paints or any Citadels that, I hate those Citadel pots. I like Citadel paints, but I hate their pots. So yeah, these bottles come in nice, and then they usually have 3 different types of tips that you can use on here. And this is the screw one, which is similar to what these are. So yeah, that'll come in handy. So thank you there.
Cool.
And then let's see what we got for color. So we got a standard black. This one is coal black. So it looks like just kind of a flattish black looking color. Then we've got their version of white. It's what is this? Bold titanium white. Then we've got bold, man, I don't know how to, Pyrrole, Pearl red.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's a good one. Okay, and then we've got a silver. That'll be nice. It just flat out says silver, and it looks pretty bright metallic. Like I would say similar to like Rune Fang steel maybe on Citadel, but it's pretty shiny metallic. And then looks like 3 kind of flesh colors. So we've got a what do we got here? This one is a advanced flesh tone is what it's called. And it's a little bit maybe kind of darker, kind of a shaded Caucasian looking kind of one. And then this one is tan flesh, which is a little bit lighter. This would be more like Kislev is what it kind of looks like on Citadel. And then a flesh wash. So that's interesting. So yeah, some cool stuff. So I'm excited to test these out and see what I think about that.
I'm excited for you to test them out.
Yeah, should be fun. Should be fun. So thanks. I always like trying out some new stuff. So I got some new sculpting stuff, some new painting stuff. It was a nice little mail call. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
I just got to figure out what I'm going to paint with it. So,
well, there might be a package on your doorstep pretty soon. So,
well, there you go. There you go. Yeah, it would be nice to. So, like, I'm trying to think if I could find something that had like a helmet, then I could use the black and the silver on, and then maybe some red accents, and then, you know, some skin tone in there. If there's a face with like a helmet, I could use basically all of these in one shot, except for the white. I don't know if I'd be able to use the white, but I could figure out something for it. So yeah, that'll be fun.
That's cool. It's a shame that someone sent you work parts to test out, but no green paint.
Well, I mean, you just sent. I mean, I'm assuming that one of the pieces is going to be this new 12 for 25 from a meal, which we've seen that, and that is, it looks like kind of a human head with like this scaled mask and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, that's one that could probably work for all these colors. But yeah, that's awesome. So I can't wait to test those out.
Yeah, I will say that it did take. So I ordered those directly from Monument Hobbies, and it did take a little long to ship. Like I felt, you know, from the time that you got it and the time I got them for you, it took them like at least two to 3 days to get them out of their place, you know. So I don't know. I don't order from that often, but that would be one thing I can note right away.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that too when on some past orders that I've placed through them just for the empty bottles. But it actually worked out in my favor one time because I went and placed an order for like 20 empty bottles. And then like 4 days after, they still hadn't shipped it. And then I found out that I had 2 sets that were still here at the house that I had forgotten about. They were just packed away in a different area. And so I was able to cancel my order because they still hadn't packed it yet. So it worked out in my favor on that one. But yeah, just maybe something to note. Like if you're going to place an order from, don't wait to the last minute. Right. Yeah. Cool. Well, before we go, I mean, what else going on at Wolf King that people should know about?
Well, if you're into toy shows, we're doing ZoloCon, which is the first weekend of March, or last weekend of February, however you want to look at it. Not really. First and second, I think, which is shaping up to be massive. I mean, the map came out and there is over 230 individual vendors going to be there. And a lot of them are toy industry companies, like people like Diamond Select Toys, or, you know, like, what is that, Kentucky Fried Chicken figures or whatever, you know, like those guys there. So it's pretty exciting. And then following
the first one at the new location.
Yeah, this is the first one that they're having at a much larger location, which I guess allowed them to open up the books to bring in a lot more vendors that have wanted to go in the past, but maybe, you know, there wasn't room for. So it's pretty exciting. It's got to be the biggest thing to happen in that part of Pennsylvania and forever. Like it's dwarfing the old shows, and the old shows were nice. Cool. So yeah, it should be really interesting to see.
I'm guessing normal kind of crew, you, Patrick, Jesse, Nathan, all that kind of stuff.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we'll be right next to the Horseman table, like a little sandwich with D13 on our other side.
Nice.
And I know Chris had said that I'm not guaranteeing it because I'm not him, but he said I think he's going to have a limited number of actual figures to sell.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And I will admit I got a little sneak peek of the boxing on those figures. Incredible. Amazing. Gorgeous. Yeah. Like I'm excited for him.
That's awesome.
So that's like the first show that he's going to be at, like with them. So it's going to be fun to watch right next to us.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that Kickstarter in. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
beautiful.
It's going to be amazing.
All right. So check out Zolocon if you're on the East Coast. If you're in the Midwest, I know Wolf King presence at Muskecon are going to have the full kit and caboodle there with Jesse. Lots of shows this year, so check it out. And if you're into customizing, which why else would you be watching this channel if you're not? But if you're into customizing, check out Len on the Wolf King YouTube channel. He's doing shows on Friday, and sounds like all year long we're going to have some teases, some reveals, and some drops of new Emil parts that are just going to be awesome. So
yeah, absolutely. I got to prep for tomorrow's show.
That's awesome. I love this whole, like, you giving him a figure and him then trying to wrap his brain around how to make it different and stuff. It's just a really cool concept. So I like that.
Thanks.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Len. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm going to put you backstage. If you got to run, totally understand. If not, I'll see you in just a second. All right. So that's it. That's mail call. Is a pretty quick one. As I try out some of this stuff, I'll let you guys know what I think and if it's something that I recommend, and hopefully it gets added to the arsenal of stuff that I get to use. So hope you enjoyed this. Throw a comment out there if there's something else that you would love for me to try, or if there's other content that you'd like for me to film, throw that out there and I'll see what I can do. And until next time, folks, keep creating. Thanks.